guys, welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to be doing a worth the buy or not foundation review on the new Haley Beauty Reset Liquid Matte Foundation. Now I don't think this is like new, but it's actually very new to Targets. They have it at a lot of Targets around the nation. Quick little story. So my nearest Target does not have this brand. The closest Target to me that has this brand is 30 minutes away. So I went out of my way to get this because a lot of you guys asked me about it. And the display was literally trash. Like, I'm gonna have a picture because I took a picture so I can show you guys. It looks so awful. I was like, what is this? It just made me really sad. I also want to say that the thing about this brand at Target is that you can't swatch anything. There's no swatches. Like, you just kind of have to go by like what you see. So I don't know how close to my complexion this is gonna be. I picked up the shade 5.25 warm. It may be a little too warm, but we shall see. And this foundation, it did cost $19.99. So with my tax and everything, Maryland tax is 6%, it ended up being $21.19. So it was pricey for a like drugstore brand type of situation. So I already went ahead and moisturized. I went ahead and used my Tatcha, the water cream. And really quick, if I sound kind of rough, it's because I am sick. I have a cough drop in my mouth right now, so I'm trying to get through this. And now we're gonna be using my favorite primer, the Silk Canvas. And we are just going to be taking a little bit of it where we have our enlarged pores, on my nose, the T-zone area. I also did my brows. I wanted to kill a step before I got on camera. Okay, now we can move on to the foundation. So this is supposed to be a matte foundation. It doesn't really give me much more information, so we're just gonna go ahead and apply this on our face. So you just literally pull it out and then it comes out. This is very interesting packaging. I feel like it's very like travel friendly. So let's go ahead and just put it on the back of our hand. It has that like clay-like scent. You could see it's a little bit runny. It does feel moisturizing. We're just gonna go ahead and dot this all over. And as you guys know, we're gonna be doing this side with our sponge and then this side with our brush. We're gonna be taking our Morphe sponge. It actually covered pretty well. It blended out very easily. The color reminds me a little bit of the color that I picked out for NYX, which was golden. I feel like it's very similar to the NYX Can't Stop Won't Stop Golden that I picked out. Also, it feels kind of similar in consistency to the NYX Cosmetics one when it like blends very nicely, and it does cover right away, as you can see. It went beautifully on top of my Tatcha Silk Canvas. So it actually looks very, very smooth on the skin. There is a little tiny bit of redness peeking through, so I'm probably gonna go in with a little bit more. But coverage overall is very good. Very good coverage. Feels very, very lightweight, like very weightless, which is another thing I really appreciate. I hate when a foundation feels really, really heavy and thick, especially matte foundations. They can tend to do that sometimes, where you like put it on and then you're like, oh my God, this is way too thick on the face. But this actually feels very comfortable and very like breathable. Like, you can move and it just doesn't even feel like you have stuff on your face. I'm like moving a lot because there's some foundations that you literally move and it's like, so I'm gonna take a little bit more. This is really interesting packaging. I actually kind of like it low-key because I feel like it's very easy for you to carry that on the go. So we're gonna just add a little bit like where we feel like that redness can peek through. And then I think the rest we'll use for the other side to start it off. The place where I always have to build on foundation is my cheek. Everywhere else, I have pretty evened out skin, so I don't really have to worry about it, but it's always my cheek area. And it's looking very smooth. It's not enhancing my texture. and it's not like breaking apart. So the foundation is definitely very workable, very breathable. I know with some foundations, when you put it on, it literally like dries down too fast, and then you cannot build upon it. Like it will be like cakey or like break apart. This is very breathable and it's very workable. You don't have to worry about it like not looking right. So now we're gonna go ahead and take our brush. We're gonna be using our Delium Tools Kabuki brush, and I'm just gonna be dotting the face with whatever we had left. We didn't use all of the product of the second pump we pumped out on this side, so we are going to be using that left over here. So we'll count it as like a half. Blends very easily with the brush, very fast. I feel like it blends out faster with the brush than with the sponge. With the sponge, you kind of have to like tap it in a little bit more, but with the brush, it blends out so easily. So we're gonna take more product, that much. I think with that will be good for the whole face. It has that like clay-like smell that foundations that are matte that they sell at the drugstore have, if you guys know what I'm talking about. It's not like a bad thing, but that's just how I associate it. It does look matte, but it doesn't look like a flat, like a matte flat. Like those mattes that you're like, oh my God, I look crunchy. Okay, so it blends out nicely with both of them. There's no issues with the sponge, but I do feel like it blends out faster with the brush. So we have that much product left, as you can see right there. So we're just gonna take a little bit more of this product and just kind of apply it around that cheek area. The consistency, as you can see, is very, very blendable, and it looks very moisturizing. You can see how easily that blends. I love this brush. This is my Delium Tools Precision Kabuki. I will make sure I link it down below for you guys. Yes. Woo, come through, foundation. Okay, so it actually looks really good. I'm loving it. I'm gonna just bring this mirror up close to me so I can really see everything. It looks really like fresh. It does have a little tiny bit of radiance, I have to say. It's nothing too serious. I feel like it's like a radiance from within. The color probably could go like a shade down a little bit, because I do feel like it's, maybe it's okay. I don't know. We'll have to see through the day. But it looks pretty good. It looks pretty good on. It covered everything it needed to cover. And you guys know I'm all about, if it covers my redness, when it claims to be a fuller coverage finish, then we're good to go. And I think this has covered everything it needed to cover. We didn't really need to use that much product. We went with like 1.5 layers and it was good. It set it really nicely. I know with some they don't set nicely, but this did set nicely. Now here's the thing. I kept thinking to myself, this foundation is $21. Like when it all comes, when tax and everything, $21. Drugstores have been doing an amazing job of coming out with really good quality foundations for way cheaper. What's gonna make this different that I'm gonna wanna pay $21 for this foundation? That's what we're gonna find out today. So what I'm gonna go ahead and do now, I'm gonna finish the rest of my makeup, and then I'm gonna come back and let you guys know how it works with my products and how it like ended up setting the first 30 minutes, and then we can go ahead and start our day. Now, I may be setting it a little bit with some powder, not baking it, but just like setting some areas, because I do feel like there's some areas that look a little too luminous for my matte taste. But I think overall it looks pretty good. So I will be right back. So stay tuned if you want to see my first initial thoughts on this Hailey's Beauty foundation sold at Target. Okay, so I am back. I just finished my entire face of makeup. I did some glam today. Since I'm feeling a little bit sick, I was like, you know what? Let's go ahead and glam this face up. I used the NORVINA palette on the eyes. My brows are Reina Rebelde brow paint in FRIDA. And then for lips, I'm wearing Vinyl by MORPHE Cosmetics in collaboration with OURFA. And then I'm wearing some blush by Benefit California. I'm pretty repetitive with what I wear usually. Lashes is Audacious Lashes by CAKEFACE Beauty with Kim Tai. So that's what I'm wearing on the face. But I will go ahead and put everything in my description box and what I used on this face so you guys know. But let's go ahead and talk about the foundation. So the foundation actually worked really well with everything. Nothing broke apart or anything. The blush looks fantastic. The only place where I did go ahead and bake was my under eyes. You guys know I always do that. I did put a little bit of powder in these areas right here where I tend to have some of that shininess peek through. My smile lines always do that. But everywhere else, I did not put any powder on. This is just the foundation doing its work. I do have to say that I feel like after 35 minutes, the foundation definitely set into place. But I actually really like it. I like how it feels. I like how it looks. It's just a good look right now. So what I'm going to go ahead and do now is I'm going to carry on with the rest of my day. And then I'll give you guys an update of this foundation in natural lighting. And then we can go ahead and find out whether this foundation by Hailey's Beauty is worth the buy or not, because I think that's very important. Oh, really quickly. So I did mention, I was like almost forgetting this, but I did mention that it's hard to tell what shade you are if you go in store and purchase it, because like all you see is this, so you can't really tell, and the shades that are like along the same color scheme are very similar. So it's kind of like, is that my shade or is that not my shade? So I went on to their Instagram page to see if there was any more information or if I could find out what shade I was through like swatches. But it did say that you could DM them and they would give you a response and what they think you are for shade. So I went ahead and DM'd them and I received no response. So that was kind of like, I wish you could have helped me, but you didn't, so I had to figure out on my own. But I think the color is pretty good, but I just wanted to let you guys know in case you guys are wondering what shade you are. I would say go to Target and kind of like eyeball it. But I do appreciate the fact that they have a pretty large range of colors. I think that's pretty awesome. They have, I think, in light, medium, tan, and then dark, and then deep dark, perhaps. They have it in like dark or deep, one of those. So they have a pretty good range for a company that's just starting off. So that's great. So I'm gonna go ahead and go, and I'll see you guys in a little bit. Okay guys, so I am back. It is now midnight. Can you believe it? It's been a very long day. I didn't have a chance to do a check-in with lighting. I am so sorry. I was literally doing 1,000 things at once. I actually went to the gym and I wore the foundation. As you can see, it definitely has some dew. It is midnight though, so like we've been wearing this for the entire day. It's not like really intense dew. I feel like it's something still bearable. It's like a cute little dew there. You could definitely go in and like blot it. Like I can take my sponge and kind of blot this area right here, and then it's back to normal. Same thing with here, and it's back to normal, back to that matte finish. I do have to say though that when I went to the gym, I did arms and I did abs and I was sweating. It still stayed on very well, which I was really impressed with. Only thing is it does transfer and it does feel a little bit sticky, so that's just something to keep in mind. Would I recommend this for $20? Honestly, I have to say that it's not a bad foundation at all. I think it's really good, but I don't know about paying $20 for this at the drugstore when you have things like, for example, the NYX Can't Stop Won't Stop for $14.99 at Ulta. Really similar situation to this Hailey's Beauty. Now, if you're debating whether to get this foundation that is $20 compared to a foundation like the Makeup Forever, which is $40, and you don't want to spend this much money, but you were willing to spend $20, and I would say probably get this. But I would say if you've really been eyeing Makeup Forever, which is a really good mattifying foundation, I would save up for this Makeup Forever foundation. I mean, you're getting pretty much the same product. You're getting 1.0 ounces on both, so I would just probably save up for this. I would rather spend $40 on a high-end foundation that's going to keep you matte than spend $20 on a foundation that I can get something really similar to at Ulta for $14.99, the NYX Can't Stop Won't Stop matte foundation. So that's just a suggestion, but I do think that it performs really well and I think it looks great, but I don't know, like, the price right there. I'm kind of like, this price is kind of like messing me up. So that's just my suggestion, but I do think it is a nice foundation. So those are all my thoughts. I really hope that you guys enjoyed watching this review. If you guys have tried this Hailey's Beauty foundation, please let me know your thoughts. I would love to know what you're thinking about it. And if you enjoyed watching my video, please go ahead and give it a big thumbs up. Lets me know to continue doing these types of videos. And please do not forget to subscribe if you haven't done so already. I would love for you to become a member of our family here on YouTube, because I wouldn't want you guys to miss my awesome reviews and videos for the world. So please go ahead and subscribe. We're so close to 20K. Let's go ahead and just finish this off strong. And I'll be seeing you guys very, very soon for a brand new video.